The first American president was George Washington from the year 1789 to 1797. George Washington wasn't just America's first president, he was its foundation. A reluctant leader, he didn't seek power, but his steady hand guided a fragile young nation through its infancy. Washington was more than a man. He became a symbol of unity, integrity, and strength. Here are 10 achievements of President George Washington. 1. He led the Continental Army to victory, commanded American forces during the Revolutionary War, securing independence from Britain. At Valley Forge, his troops endured brutal winters with little food or supplies. Washington's presence and determination inspired soldiers to persevere, even as many began to lose hope. 2. Unanimously elected as the first president and set the precedent for peaceful leadership and governance. Washington initially wanted to retire to Mount Vernon after the war, but was convinced his country still needed him. 3. Created the first cabinet and established the framework for presidential advisors, including Thomas Jefferson, Secretary of State, and Alexander Hamilton, Secretary of the Treasury. Signed the Judiciary Act of 1789 and created the federal court system, including the Supreme Court, which still operates today. 5th Neutrality Proclamation, year 1793, declared America's neutrality during the conflict between Britain and France, keeping the fledgling nation out of war. This decision wasn't popular, but Washington believed avoiding entanglements was critical for America's survival. 6. Oversaw the ratification of the Constitution, played a crucial role in legitimizing the new government and ensuring the Constitution became the law of the land. 7. Established the two-term presidency, refused to seek a third term, setting a precedent for the peaceful transfer of power. King George III reportedly said that if Washington voluntarily gave up power, he will be the greatest man in the world. 8. Strengthened the federal government. He suppressed the Whiskey Rebellion, demonstrating that the new government had the authority to enforce its laws. 9. Launched the U.S. Mint and national currency and supported Hamilton's vision to stabilize the economy and create a single unified currency. 10. Founded the nation's capital. He chose the site for Washington, D.C., laying the groundwork for the city named in his honor. Interesting fact, Washington never lived in the White House. It wasn't completed during his presidency. Instead, he worked from New York and Philadelphia, the temporary capitals of the USA. Washington's humility was as legendary as his leadership. He once said, "I walk on untrodden ground," knowing his every decision would shape the future of the nation. And when the time came, he stepped away from power, proving that the presidency wasn't about the man, but about the country.